So the old question is, when going out on your own or whether going out with friends, should you ever buy drinks when you're at the bar for a girl that you're interested in? Or maybe you're on your own and you're just going about and you happen to come across a female that particularly catches your eye. Question is, should you buy that person a drink? Let's say like you introduce yourself and she's like, hey, why don't you buy us a drink and we'll talk? Well, like I had talked about in my previous video, since the best approach is the direct approach, right? Walking up to her saying, hi, this is my name. I just came to get your phone number. I'm leaving. That will never happen, of course, right? Because you're being direct and to the point about is what you want, who you are, who they are, and why you're there. So that kind of rules out the whole drink buying thing. But let's just say, for example, that actually were to happen where you were at a bar and you were thinking maybe the best route is to, right, get that drink in, kind of lower the inhibitions, go right in for the kill for that one night stand. Is that the best way to do it? The answer is, and always will be, no. The reason being is because a drink or anything for that matter, whether it's a dinner date or buying a gift, it's always used from the female perspective as a negotiation tactic. And so right from the very beginning, a woman is always trying to negotiate you. What is it that she can get out of you for what it is that you want, whether it's dating her, being next to her, kissing her, having sex with her, marrying her, etc. Whatever it is that they can squeeze out of you, they will. And of course, they do it slyly and deceitfully, sexually, whatever it is, whichever way that works out for them before they're willing to give you anything, of course, because realistically speaking, women from a male's perspective don't have much to offer you outside of sex, right? And they understand that and they use that to their advantage. But what really gets a woman interested in you is when she is willing to give you those things and not willing to accept any form of, and you're not willing to accept any form of negotiation. That's the woman that typically, what the guys talk to, quote unquote fuckboys, that women end up engaging with when they're at the bar. And I often see this, living in the city, I've go out all the time and traveling abroad, even in South America and Europe. I see this. You see a lot of guys trying to engage with women, trying to negotiate, right? Trying to exchange a drink for a friendly conversation, hoping that it leads to something more, of course, at the end of the night. But ideally, it never works out that way. You end up wasting a lot of money. I mean, shit, if I bought a drink for every number that I've gotten when I've gone out, I'd be really broke. And so I never ever recommend that to any of my friends or anybody you listening to this video, is you really aren't willing to accept any form of negotiation when dealing with a female and changing your plans or your habits or whatever it is that you had planned on doing, whatever your stance is in life when dealing with a woman. You never want to be the person who's willing to negotiate to get X from that person. It's not that you're being a dick, it's just that women appreciate that much more than they do appreciate what it is that you're doing for them. So a woman might say, for example, I have traveled abroad, I've met people online, and girls are like, oh, when you come over, bring me a gift. And I'm like, what? A gift? What the fuck am I gonna buy you a gift for? I don't even know who the fuck you are. I haven't even met you yet. I haven't even slept with you. Even if I did sleep with you, why would I buy you a gift? Like, it doesn't make sense. No, it makes no sense to me. The best gift that I can give you is the gift of my time. And so I'm really, when it comes to, I guess, parting with money for the women that you're kind of just either using for the moment and have no real value except for that, for those type of women, you never ever want to either buy a gift, purchase, a drink for them, take them out to dinner. You want to put in the least amount of effort. And I really mean that. You really, as a man, you want to put in the least amount of effort to get the maximum out of a female. And women do this by nature, right? I mean, I'm sure you've watched this video, if you watched other videos related to the thought process of females, is that women just show up, right? I'm pretty, I'm young, I have a nice body, I am here, right? So I deserve all these things. And the reality is that if you as a guy take that mentality to heart, that, oh, she's really beautiful, I should buy her a drink, or that I need to buy her X to get what I want, you're going to end up actually ending up with nothing. And the only thing that you're going to end up with is a woman that just doesn't respect you from the heart. And that's really what this video is really talking about, is how is it to gain the most out of being with a woman, to gain the respect that you are really looking for as a man, without having to feel like you're purchasing it. And the easiest way to do that is to be right from the beginning, right when you meet, is to be in the habit of saying, no, you're not interested in doing X, but you still want Y. And so the easiest way to do that is always to start from the very beginning. When you first meet them, just tell them, hey, this is who I am. Or actually, I should say, walk up to them and say, hey, what's your name? And then, of course, you're only approaching women who are interested in you. So remember, if that's the case, and that's what I advocate, is that you only approach women who have that kind of an interest in you, right? They're giving you the eye, they might be smiling at you from across the room. Nature has already taken its course. All you have to do is, like I always say, is execute. Just walk in, ask them who they are. I'm here because I came to get your phone number, not interested in having a dance or whatever it is, not looking to buy a drink. And of course, you're not saying that. I actually, when I was out in Colombia not too long ago, was this really smoking hot blonde chick that I came up to me. She was like in a group of like 5 other girls, and she was already dancing with someone else. So I was just kind of there, and I could tell that she was staring at me while she was dancing with this other person. So I was just there like waiting, and she was probably the hottest girl that was there that night. And so I walked around the bar a little bit, went, bought a beer, came back. She was alone by herself, walked over. One of her friends had made this comment. She was like, oh, did you want to dance with my friend? And I was like, no, I just came here to get her phone number. I stuck out my phone. I said, here. And so I gave it to her. And so I ended up seeing that person the night before. But of course, all the women were like, oh, like, and I just walked away. They were like, what the fuck just happened? It was kind of funny. It was because I guess none of them were expecting. They thought I was going to sit there and try and interact with them and maybe go dance with her and be like, hey, let's go have a drink, let's chat, etc. No, I was just there to get her phone number. She was the hottest girl that was there, really wasn't interested in some of the other people that were there. And I just moved on to the next bar and did that again. And that was basically how I ended my night, and how I particularly end all of my nights where I make time to go out to meet new women, is just no negotiation. This is why I'm here, and I keep it moving. So that's my recommendation to all you guys. I see it often, very often, guys just thirsty, like, oh, let's go buy a bottle, let's go do X, let's get some hookah, I'm gonna get some girls. It never works out in the long run, short run. It's just a waste of money, and women know it, and they do the best they can with what they have. And I can't blame them. That's just, their biology. They're trying to make do with what they got, and all they particularly have is their vagina that women are looking for, that guys are looking for, right? Because especially me as a guy, as I earn a solid living, I travel, I cook, keep my place clean, live in a fantastic neighborhood, I have no complaints. The only thing that really I'm looking for is a person that I'm gonna engage with, I guess, on that level. And if I view you as something more than just what I need for tonight, then maybe we'll continue to go out and see where it goes. But for the most part, females nowadays are typically not worth having those long-term sort of relationships. It's very rare to meet someone that's like really worth your while. And so if you really want to maximize your dating potential, if you really want to go out there and meet some of the more, I guess, beautiful women in life, it pays as a guy to always have the mental disposition that you're not willing to negotiate. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.